Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Purple, and I'm here to bring you all the new and exciting developments here on TrueEarth Today. I have some nice, juicy mysteries for us to dig our teeth into. My adventures have proven to be most exciting. Let me tell you about them. Before I do, remember to subscribe and like this video. Helps a lot in giving me the motivation to keep on adventuring for you. It does. It really does. And now, where were we? Ah yes. Since my last escapade to your side of reality, a lot has happened. Everyone here in TrueEarth is keeping a very close eye on our side. We want to make sure nothing untowardly develops out of those blue lights many observers describe seeing across the skies in several countries. We suspect these lights are connected with the resurfacing of magic on the planet. House Celestium are still investigating the Star Gateway, but the other houses of TrueEarth are calling for immediate action. I anticipate it won't be too long before Housebound reactivates the Anti-Mage Division and sends them over, where they'll be instructed to deal with the problem. That, in my opinion, would be awful. If you thought all the exciting news started and stopped at the blue lights, you'd be mistaken. Remember the man I located in the nightclub on your side? The one I found at great risk and peril to my well-being? Yes, that's the one. It turns out, someone else he was on very friendly terms with had more than a few sparks of magic flashing in and out of him. When I got closer to that one, he immediately spotted me, which let me assure you, is not an easy task. I didn't end up so good at investigating all these mysterious, spooky things by being easy to spot. I do have quite some skill in being stealthy. It's a lot of fun. Oh, sorry. Back to the topic at hand. My scatterbrain tendencies are kicking in again. Oh yes. He not only spotted me, but he turned to face me. His gaze was cold, chillingly so. A sense of foreboding and immensity wrapped around me. To be honest, it utterly terrified me. It was something much worse than what is caused by many of the non-terrestrials we deal with. Aliens, as you call them. Something about this guy spelt doom. Much worse than anything I had ever encountered before. Whatever was inside of him radiated out, and I'm shuddering even thinking about it, tried to pull me in. I had to get out of there in a rush. It was a close call to say the least. However, this encounter did not dissuade me. Oh no, it takes way more than that to stop my investigations. Instead, I took a different approach. Went to look at what was happening elsewhere. Best course of action to avoid suspicions is to fade into the background. Believe it or not, ladies and gents, I ended up at Niagara Falls. Lovely place. I was told that on some nights, strange things happen there. My sources didn't want to go into details, so my adventurous self decided there was no other way to deal with the situation than to witness it myself. Naturally, I came prepared. You see, we have ways to distinguish various phenomena. It was a simple matter for our technology to determine whether something is caused by natural forces, technology, aliens, or inventive, mischievous humans. I, as it turns out, developed a bit of a whatchamacallit gizmo that can detect magic. Well, certain types of magic. I turned up at the top of the waterfalls, hidden from sight, and waited. It took a few nights. I could not believe it. At first, it was a small patch of bluish mist, which I assumed could simply be a reflected light from the waters below. It was too faint to analyze. Then it grew more and more intense, stronger and stronger, until it formed small crackling lines across the sky, just above the water. These, in turn, intensified and thickened. Small blobs coalesced within them. One became two became three. Until I stood there gazing at over a dozen of them. Without warning, some of them merged, and out of these fissures, magic seeped out into the water. When it cascaded to the bottom, the pools changed from being just water to something entirely different. I quickly made my way down to check it out. You can imagine the shock and surprise as I stood there gazing at a liquid version of the starry sky. It was not only a reflection of the universal view, but looked very much like a parallel universe had been born in the watery pools. I stood there gazing, transfixed, totally mesmerized. I also managed to get my hands on a bit of additional bonus information. It seems that something is happening in the heart of England. Time for me to get going. Next job, get a return trip to the United Kingdom. Might have to pop by and take another peek at those guys in London, without getting noticed this time. I'm off for now. It was a pleasure speaking with you all, and ta-da! This is Purple signing off, for the time being.